Now, having said all of that, the corollary to this case is the Karen Reed case and the organization that I will identify as the FBI that did that investigation, which led to the Proctor texts that were so outrageous that came from his phone. All of that stuff came from the federal investigation that was traveling along a parallel track with the Karen Reed case. Okay, you think, well, so what? Karen Reed case is over. Oh, not so fast.
Oh, not so fast. You're right.
Not so fast. You got Proctor and Tully and others that have cross-pollinated all of these cases up in Norfolk County. And now you have the defense in the Walshe case saying, well, wait a minute, we hear they're going to destroy all of the material that federal investigation undermined and turned over. And we want to see it. There may be exculpatory information in there. There may be stuff that we could use a la the Karen Reed case. Making things even more time sensitive, the feds have said, destroy that. You have 30 days to destroy that material. Mm-hmm. So now you have all the defense teams saying, whoa, we got it. We need to stop that. Now, here's another name that has crossed trial and case lines. Laura Mclofflin. She was the number 2 to Adam Lally, so I guess she became the number 3 and Karen Reed number 2. But she was sitting there at the table, not doing much, from what I could tell.
Not objecting to what. Not objecting to what you hit that. You teed it up when Hank Brennan, in my opinion, lied about the T-shirt, and not objecting to the other couple things I won't mention. I mean, if she's a good attorney, she had to know those were not caused by road rash.
Yep. Right? Remember that whole series of questions. Anyway, and what could be more prejudicial? What could be, sorry, I was doing my Alessi as he was making the argument about that. So now we have Mclofflin sitting at the prosecution table in court, having a discussion with the judge about this mystery material, which she has seen. Okay? I mean, puts her in direct conflict because now she has a federal order to destroy this stuff. She has defense counsel in her case preaching to the judge that we need to see this. And she's really stuck in the middle. I thought it might be interesting just to watch a smidgen of that discussion with the court to see how the court deals with it. This is Judge Diane Frener. I don't know if that's properly pronouncing it, but I'm putting the French spin on it. Diane, maybe it's Frener. Anyway,
that's like when I call you on my Siri, and I have to say, Siri, would you please call Michelle Briant?
Mais oui. Well, her name. How do you put the spelling? The pronunciation?
I think it's Frener.
Freneire. Frener.
It's Judge Frener. And while you're looking for it, because I know it'll take you a bit to get it up.
Oh, I got it.
Beanie Emerald Gray, Brian and Bodden for the win. I'm all in for Kenny Rock. Thank you so much. And Joey Kane gifted another 5 Justice Serve TV memberships while we were playing. Thank you all.
Okay, so this is the same judge that wrote the 36-page opinion that we're going to get into in a little bit here. I just think it's good to see her in action. It's good to see her address this very interesting issue and see how she decides. Remember, this has tentacles that cross a number of different cases because of the same cops and now this same FBI investigation.
People were involved with Judge Krupp last week. I don't care about those cases. I just care about your case, this case. So it would seem to me that we've got a pause. I understand that Judge Casper has put a 30-day pause on everything for people to assess the situation. And it seems to me that what needs to happen is that ADA Mclofflin, who has access to that information, needs to determine as an initial matter whether there is anything in those materials.
Well, objection. I mean, now you've got the fox guard in the hen house, right?
Right.
Mclofflin has the material. She gets to decide whether there's anything that needs to be disclosed that could be exculpatory. Do you have a problem with that? She's acting as the taint team now?
Yeah, she does. There's no. Everyone should understand that whether you call it a taint team or some
in-camera review, whatever,
or a dirty team, as they call whatever it is, or a Brady team or whatever. She's now acting as the person, and after we've watched her and Karen Reed, and there's also one little tidbit on this. There's like an order that says that because people have been maligned, allegedly intimidated, right? Mm-hmm. You can't reveal what some of this stuff is and who's in these texts or the names of the people in these texts. It's like you can't make this stuff up.
Let's see where she goes with this.
That would be required to be produced under Rule 14. And if there are, we'll deal with that. And if there aren't, then the Commonwealth needs to aver by, I can think of a bunch of different ways, affidavit or otherwise, that there aren't any. Now, the backdrop to this is, as we know, and I'm not going to get the exact language correct, but when we asked for a TUI request earlier in this case, we got we're not giving it to you, but by the way, there's nothing there. That's my paraphrase of it. But that doesn't relieve the Commonwealth of its obligation. So that's how I frame the issue in my mind right now for this case. And it's the defendant's motion that brought us here and alerted me to the issue. I mean, the Commonwealth gave me an email before that, but Attorney Tipton, what do you think about that first shot? Attorney Porges.
So I had a brief discussion with the Commonwealth this morning, and my understanding is that they're filing a request to impound the protective order in which they would show it to the court, show it to us.
They did.
Okay.
Did you get that before the hearing?
We did. So we have the protective order. So our main concern this morning was asking the court to order the Commonwealth to review the material for any exculpatory material or issues. If the court's inclined to do that, then I don't need to be heard further. I would just highlight that a case came down just yesterday that is decidedly on point with this issue. You're smiling because you know, or you're smiling because you...
I think I know.
Okay. It's Commonwealth versus Goparian, and I would refer everyone to the section that discusses possession, custody, and control. Furthermore, the new revised rules under the Mass Rules of Criminal Procedure do a very good job of clearly explaining and expanding what exculpatory means. And in this situation, they are arguably in the possession of federal grand jury material that was investigating not only Trooper Proctor, but possibly the integrity of a murder investigation done by this very county, by these very officers. And so I just want to be clear that if the court is going to order it and the government is going to accept the order, that we want to make sure everyone has the same understanding of what exculpatory is. So otherwise, I have nothing further unless the court has any questions.
No, although, let me see if I can get to that paper.
Okay, before she goes on, I'm not happy with that. I would not be accepting that. She is basically saying, counsel for, and you saw Brian Walshe there, is basically saying, hey, as long as the Commonwealth agrees that they're going to look this over and we understand what exculpatory means, then I'm going to trust them to tell me if there's anything exculpatory. No, I'm not. No, I am not going to do that.
Even if Laura Mclofflin is ordered to sign, and I think she would be, the affidavit saying it's not, because so what? Because if you're a counsel, if you're an attorney, you have a duty of representation to the court without an affidavit. I mean, an affidavit is meaningless, in my opinion, unless you want to try to prosecute for lying later on. So
I just don't trust them. That's the bottom line. I don't trust them. I would want a third person appointed. That
special master,
some special master, somebody that is going to take all that material and look through it and use their understanding of exculpatory and then share that information. I just wouldn't cave in this way. But anyway, it continues.
Although I like this judge.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, if you look at that 36-page decision she wrote, it's
really
thorough.
Good, really
and
thorough.
She did what she had to, I think, to get past the suppression, to get that stuff in.
I like to take things, I'm a very logical person, I like to think anyway. So I like to take things step by step. So we'll just go in that manner and we'll cross each bridge when we need to.
Okay.